Hello, wonderful artists. This is Miss Vega with my kiln. This is the kiln. It's like an oven. And this is the kiln room. Dun, 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 dun. I have my cart for glazed pieces. I have my cart for Bisqueware, which is the greenware was fired and now it's just plain white. We're gonna glaze it. And here are pieces ready to put in the kiln. So what I'm here to show you today is that not everything is what it seems. So when we are in my art class, you're going to get these different things. If the word is on it, like it looks kind of like pink, it is pink, it has a brown label, that's kind of like the confusing one. But every other one of these, like if it's light purple on the inside or like a pinkish color, it's actually dark purple. Red, orange, blue, yellow, they all have the right kind of cap for what they are. And when we're done with this, we have to wash these weird brushes out, close these caps so that we don't dry it out. It's really expensive glaze. Glaze looks like paint, but what it is it's tiny little pieces of glass. And it's like, let's say shredded cheese. If you had shredded cheese and you put it in an oven and it melted, it would be like one layer of cheese on top of, like, let's say a pizza. I should have said that at the beginning. But this is like a layer of glass. Tiny sand. Sand is glass. So it's like little pieces of sand. And then when we put it on the what's it called? Bisqueware ceramics, right? Like this looks like it's light blue, right? But when I take this, bam, and I fire it in the kiln, it turns dark blue. So how that happens is this glass, it has a chemical reaction with the heat. It goes up to 2400 degrees, and the chemical reaction makes it melt into one layer of glass. So look at that. You can eat off of this. It's waterproof. It's awesome. So here are the colors that totally confuse humans, right? This looks like peach and a beige, but when it comes out of the kiln, it's orange and brown, like a light brown, okay? This was orange, so it was the same one. It was this orange. Now black, believe it or not, look gray. So gray turns black, like the black on the inside of there. And if you had red, it looks pink. I'm trying to not break things. Let's find the red. Well, there's what red looks like in the end, but at the beginning, red looks like this, like a pink. So all these little pieces of glass are mixed with water and all this other magic, and then they turn out really dark. Light green. That one, I think you can see, it's like a dark green. It's like a nice spring color green, right? I like that one a lot. And it started out as a light green. I don't know where I gotta find one. Light green, here you are. Bam, so light, so beautiful. So we have to read the label of the glaze bottle, or we have to look at the lid, okay, for your answer to what color. Obviously this green's a little bit lighter, but that's what I have. Okay, so that is what we have to learn about. The other thing, if you use one layer of glaze, it comes out light, kind of watercolory, and it is waterproof, but it's not that great. If you use a lot of colors together, like 3 layers, they say 3 layers, you'll get a nice darker tone. So the way that I was reading about online was, I'm looking for a really good one. The inside of this yellow. This person probably poured the glaze into it and just smooshed it around. And then when you get to the top, they painted the lip, they call it the lip, sorry, I call it the lid. And then they started on the outside and did 3 layers of the glaze on the outside. So the first layer, I'll show you how to do this with something that I already have started on. Okay, so I'm trying to find it. This one's blue, nice blue. I'm going over to the blue town. Okay, so for this, if I painted it, I can see the brush strokes are going up and down. So this time I'm gonna go side to side. And I'm just literally making a thin layer of blue, okay? And you can see I had let it dry. And when you get to this lip, do you see how I left spaces? Well, don't. Go back in, get more glaze on your brush, and just add it around. It doesn't hurt to make sure you get the whole thing glazed. Now, when you finish the outside, if you wanted to change colors, you can. You might flip it over, but then you got to make sure the lip gets painted again. So I might flip it over and change the color, or I can just kind of hold it and wing it and paint it. I only have one hand working right now, but I can paint it like this and paint all of it. So I get it done and let it dry a little bit. It takes literally like 2 minutes, and then I can paint it again. So I already had painted that a bunch. But let's say you're using more than one color. So like someone did this one, all right? And and they put down the blue, they put down the orange, they put down the green, and right where there's that little spot, they made sure they overlapped the green over the blue, so then it's waterproof in that spot. You can paint the bottom. I don't have a problem with it. Some art teachers don't have the kids glaze the bottom. I let them, but if you don't, that's cool too. And the reason I let you is because I put them on these little stilts. They look like these little things, and when I put it in the kiln, I go like this, and then it doesn't stick to the shelf of the kiln. So I do that anyway because sometimes it drips. So if you put down enough glaze, you can see the difference. Sometimes it's really dark. I think they added black to the purple, and sometimes they're adding a pattern to it. All of these things are great. Sorry. All of these things are great. You just have to remember to count how many layers you did. This is awesome. I love how this is, but she really went in and like added the glaze to it and like counted like how many layers to begin with. There was a whole layer of purple first before she went and decorated more. Pink is a really weird pink. They call it pink pig. I kind of like it. But it's really not like a hyper bright fuchsia. It's more like a weird medium pink. Okay, just so you know. And what else? I'll just show you some more. Oh, black is so pretty. It like comes out with like a nice shininess, and the red is pretty cool too. So I think you're gonna have fun with this. The only thing I just have to really say is make sure you get the lip. Make sure you use 3 layers. Try to get it even layers. Like you see how there's like a thinner part. Try not to, get too much of that going on, and have fun.